Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Rookie Season. It's December 3rd, and rifle season in Maine is over. Unfortunately, we weren't able to connect with anything during that time, but the state of Maine gives us a couple extra opportunities to try to get a deer on the ground. Right now, muzzleloader is open, and one thing everybody loves about muzzleloader hunting is, as you can see, there's usually snow on the ground, and you can use that to track and try to chase down a big buck and get him with the smoke tube, as I've been hearing them called this year. So it's a beautiful day. We had snow falling this morning, some fresh snow on the ground, perfect tracking time. So we're gonna go bow hunting instead. As much as I want to track, I got some brand new sticks and I'm just really eager to try them. Most of the state, the archery is shut down. You can't bow hunt during muzzleloader season. However, there's still the expanded zones that you might have heard Brandon and I talk about during the podcast. So I'm going to travel down south, go to an expanded zone, and sit in the saddle for a little bit and see if I can't get one with the bow. I bought the bow brand new this year, and I'm pretty determined to try to get one with it. So, made it to the spot. Now for the half-mile walk in. Alright, we're all set up. It's about 1 o'clock, which means we've got 3.5 hours, give or take 5 minutes, of legal shooting light. I'll flip the camera around and show you guys what I'm working with. So, right there is where I had my camera on that weird tree right there. And I had a couple good bucks on there, and this was all back in September, so any information I got from back then is kind of null and void at this point. Now normally I walk in from over there, but I haven't been here in 2 months, so I blew right by the trail to come in this way, and I came in from back here, and I actually found a bed right over there. Now I'm hoping I didn't blow something out of the bed. But now I know I do need to be prepared for a shot over here. But they definitely do come through right here and up there. And this area back in the fall was just loaded with sign. Nothing in particular that said buck sign. But where this is expanded, you can take as many does as you want. You can take 1 buck. So it's December. There's a week and a half left. I'm just looking for a deer at this point. Way out there, I did a beautiful buck wind me back in September and take off. Obviously, since it was way out there, I never had a shot at him, but maybe he's still around. Well, here's an update. I didn't pack any Little Debbies, so that's kind of coming to bite me in the rear right now. No movement. I haven't seen anything other than there was one guy that walked through following a track while I was setting up. Guess I should have been here a little earlier, because if I was, then maybe he would have bumped a deer to me, but who knows if he was even following a fresh track. So, starting to get cold, sun's starting to go down, about another hour left. And hopefully we can stick it out and not get too chilly. I just had an entire herd of deer walk by, all out of range. This is what makes bow hunting so challenging. If I had my rifle, I would have had my pick of the litter. No shot, because they were all 70 yards away, so they're all gone now. Got about another 10 minutes of legal light left, and then I'm backing up. Well, Had about 6 or 7 deer walk by me. I swear to God, it was the whole herd. But they were about 70 yards away, and no getting a shot with one of those or one of these that far away. So that was wicked cool to see, but I can't feel my face. So I'm gonna start this truck, get some heat going, and go get a Big Mac. Which was the move. You comfy? So now that we're back and thawing out pretty well, I want to take a couple minutes to talk about these sticks that I got. So what I've been running for most of the season are these. These are older Hawk Helium sticks. I got these used off of a buddy for short money compared to what sticks normally go for. And I've honestly hated them. If you look, you'll see I've got a cam strap on them to keep them together because they're supposed to stack, but they just don't. There were some modifications. I'm the third owner of these sticks, so there were some modifications made that maybe that's why they don't stack, and I do believe that they have newer versions out now than these that maybe work better. But they're supposed to stack by this little rubber grommet grabbing this right here, but they just don't stay together. I can't ever seem to get them to stay. I think part of it is this bolt right here makes it so that way this can't go into the grommet enough. I did make aiders for these that out of webbing that helped a little bit. They are daisy chains to get secured to the tree. So my co-host is trying to grab the daisy chain. The daisy chain is just the string with little loops in it, and you wrap it around the tree, and you find the best sized loop, and it goes right over this knob right here. I hate these. I hate these with a passion. I understand that they're strong. I'm not worried about them breaking, but I can just never seem to find a tree that has the right size for these to really hold on tight. And I end up with loose daisy chains. The sticks drop down a lot. My string ends up like this. And then when I'm on the top step, the bottom will move around because there's not enough tension on it, and they'll kick sideways, and they're just a pain. And this stick in particular, I guess I side loaded it or something, because you know they're supposed to look like that. This stick, this step, bent like a son of a gun, so I can't even fold it all the way in, and it even bent the inside a little bit right here. So I mean, it's still safe enough. I just would use this stick as my first stick, so that way if it did break, I was only 2 feet off the ground, and I'd mainly step on this one. But just the fact that that happened, I'm sure it was some way I climbed, and I kind of side loaded it a little bit. But still, these sticks just haven't been the greatest to me. They took a really long time to get in the tree because of the daisy chain and trying to get the right thing, and they never felt very solid climbing. And so in an attempt to replace these Hawk sticks that I have not been loving, I went on Amazon and I bought cheap $90 sticks. This is the box that they came in. No brand, nothing. The closest thing to a brand is for support help. There is an email of pengbofuda0606 at outlook.com. Yeah, no real brand to them. But like I said, $90. I figured get them now while they're still in season. I can try them out and maybe return them. Now, one thing that threw me off was you got to put them together. That was not something that I was necessarily expecting to have to do, but they're pretty simple to put together. One thing that I do love about them, though, is that they actually stack and they hold on really tight. The only issue with how they stack is if you really move them around a lot, they will rattle. I would imagine, though, that cloth tape that a lot of people wrap their stuff in will get rid of that issue. Another thing that I love about how securely they stack is with these not actually stacking the way that they're supposed to, I have to have a little piece of paracord on them right here and use a carabiner to clip them to my saddle, and I'd have them going all the way around me. So then as I'm climbing, those sticks are moving around and they're clanging each other and making a lot of noise. These held on so securely, I took one big carabiner and I clipped the whole stack to my harness, to my saddle right here. And then as I climbed, all I had to do was just slide one of them up, take it off, put it on the tree. Now the way that these secure to the tree is the same way a lot of platforms do, and it's just a cam strap. So loop here, around the tree, loop, tighten. That's it. So as long as the tree is small enough that the cam strap can fit around it, it's the right fit every single time. And that was the biggest draw for me. Beyond the stacking was not having the daisy chain. The daisy chains drove me crazy that much, to the point that I didn't even want to hunt out of my saddle because I hated messing around with the daisy chain. I did try to side load these steps to see if they would bend, just like the Hawks did, and they felt solid. I'm really surprised by how well these really performed. I know if I wanted to make aiders for these, I think I could pretty easily make the same type of aider out of that webbing on the bottom step, but I was able to get pretty well up there where these were able to secure to the tree a lot tighter than the daisy chain. I could space them out a little bit more and really get some pressure on this bottom step without it moving around on me like the Hawks do. The only issue that I ran into is when I assembled these, I went with the typical snug on the screw and quarter turn, and that wasn't quite enough. And you can kind of see it here. I'll put this on the floor and really plant it, but see how there's a little bit of movement on that? So I did snug them up more, and now no movement. So that little bit of wobble was just for me apparently not putting them together tight enough. So if you were to buy these Amazon Chinese ripoffs, that's the only note, is really snug them down tighter than you almost feel comfortable doing. The other thing that felt not right when putting these together is however they powder coat these or paint these, some of the threads weren't right, and I had no choice but to cross thread them and force them, at least on one stick. And I mean, I tried a million different ways. I tried even going in through the back first to see if the threads would straighten out, and just paint got in there, and I really had to force it. But as far as I'm concerned, it's holding tight, so I just got some free thread locker. I haven't had an issue yet. Granted, I've only had the one hunt out of these, but I definitely don't think I'm going to return them. I'm going to be running these for a while. They're lighter. They go together great. They don't have a daisy chain. And all in all, I think very, very large improvement over these. Now, that said, if anybody wants to buy some used Hawk Helium sticks, leave a comment. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. We appreciate it very much. If you liked what you saw, like, subscribe, keep following along. I've got an ice fishing video in the works now that the hunting season's coming to an end and the ponds are freezing over. If you want to hear a little bit more about the hunt in this video, click down below and listen to the rookie season podcast. We're going to be talking about it. We're actually filming the episode later today where I talk about the hunt, what went right, what went wrong, and all the deer and why I think they didn't come in. So thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video. Real quick, guys, I just want to mention the link to the sticks will be down in the description below. However, this is not an affiliate link. If you were to buy these sticks, we do not make any money. We're not sponsored by anything. This was something that I bought with my own money and that I'm giving my honest review on. Again, we have no affiliation to Amazon or this random Chinese company. I just figure if you want to get some budget sticks yourself, there's a way to do it.